What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Third Gen Junkies. You know who it is, Chris. And on today's episode, we are going to be working on the one and only Spaceghost. So, we're going to be going over to the shop space. We're going to be working on the heads for the 5.3 for Spaceghost. So we're going to hurry up and get up out of here and head over to the shop space. I was wondering where that hat was. My Alright guys, we're in the white Silverado. It's raining currently. It's crappy day. Crappy day. We're gonna head to one of my favorite stores. O'Reilly's Auto Parts. Gotta get some necessities. Need some brake parts cleaner. I think I have one that's not used or a few that are at shop space, but we're gonna need a couple more to do what we're about to do. So yeah, just a little explanation. We are going to be doing stuff with the heads today to get them ready to be bolted on Spaceghost. Problem is, still got to get the head gaskets, and who knows how long those will be out. Because the way everything's going right now in the world, it seems like it takes forever to get anything anymore. So we're gonna go to O'Reilly's, grab this stuff, and then get over to the shop space. See you in a minute. Alright, so we have acquired 2 cans of brake parts cleaner from O'Reilly's. Now we're gonna head over to the shop space. I love cutting people off. Not really. Not cool. People get mad at you. You can't be cutting people off. They get mad. They get really mad at you when you cut them off. Man, it's hot with this hat on. Oh look, there's the homeless guy who fakes like he's homeless, but he's not homeless. He has a house that's nicer than mine, actually. Yeah, we're gonna head over here to the shop space. It's hot. Oh, we're open the window there. Good God. What the hell? Whole bunch of music playing. They got the door propped open with this huge speaker playing Spanish music loud. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Go ahead now. Trying to let them walk in front of the grocery store. Gotta be nice to do. Patrons. And off to the shop space. Gonna work on some heads. Yeah. Alright guys, just got to the shop space. Bag of our stuff. All of our stuff from O'Reilly's. Come on, garage door, open. Alright, alright. To the lair. Into the layer we go. Alright, give me a second. Alright guys, so we are in the shop space. And as you can tell, 5.3 is sitting right over here. Got the heads, 853 heads. The reason why I'm going with these heads and not the 317s, I know 317s are better for boost, but we're not boosting this, we're using nitrous because these were already on a boosted car and they are ported. Looky there. Nice and ported. And yes, they are dirty and they need to be cleaned. And we got a bunch of parts. So as you can tell by this tool, if anybody knows what that is, then they would know what's about to happen. But we got some brake parts cleaner. This one's almost empty. This one's about half empty. Got the 2 cans I just got from O'Reilly's. Engine assembly lube. Valve lapping tools. Valve lapping compound. So as you can tell, you can see what we're about to do. So just going to show you guys here. We got a bunch of parts. So this is your spring compressor tool, straight off of Amazon from China, as usual. In here, it's funny because it says it's a genuine GM part box, and then you open it up. Get out of here. Open it up. Come on, slide out of there. Heavy ass box. Look at this. Texas Speed and Performance Polish 660 dual valve springs. Valve spring kit. So we got our bottom lock retainers, top retainers. These are the titaniums. Valve guide seals, and then our dual beehive 660 springs. So these will be going in probably in the next video, more than likely. And then also here we have the trunnion kit LS style rocker from Comp Cams. It is a bearing style kit. So we got the trunnion stuff here, and then here are all the bearings, centerpieces. There's all the bolts here, and the pain in the butt clips. Yes, so that'll be coming on those. And then there's a bunch of parts. And here's all the accessory drives from the Corvette. Over here is our water pump. These are our LS7 lifters, Summit Racing, spark plug boots for the spark plugs. We got our push rods there. I actually forgot. Oh, them are the brand new trays in there for the lifters. And then we have the heatsink truck coils over here, valley plate, which more than likely, I have a strong feeling that I'm going to do something different with that. And then we have our sloppy stage 3 cam over here. We have all of our gaskets besides our head gaskets right here. We have our motor mounts here. We have our head studs. Head stud kit right here, and then there's motor mounts and stuff in there, the F-body oil pan, pickup tube, all that good stuff. There's dampener, ATI dampener there. There's, I don't even know, I'm not even sure what all is back here. What is this? Oh, stock clamshells if I want to run clamshells, which I bought those before I got some other stuff. There's the long tube headers. There's a new starter. Yeah. So we got a whole bunch of stuff here. Oh yeah, and then LS6 intake with the direct port nitrous injection, but we also have a nitrous throttle body. Huge, big boy, even though we got one that's even bigger than that to put on here if need be. But yeah, so but what we're going to do today is, and I'm not even going to lie to you, I'm not going to lie whatsoever, I did come over here yesterday and played with this a little bit. Checking it out of the way. So what I plan on doing is I'm going to pull the valve covers off, which I already had this one off. That's why I said I'm not going to lie. And I already used the tool and I pulled these rockers off. Well, I pulled them all loose. So I could just pull the whole rail out like this and set them to the side. And I did look at these. Now these heads came out of a 6.0 that was boosted, that they threw 40 pounds of boost at. Stock bottom end, 4th gen rods and piston, bottom end 6.0, and they threw a piston through the oil pan and a piston through the side of the block. So with that being said, that's why they're ported. But looking at these, when I used the compressor and I pulled them out, these are 660 valve springs. These are the same valve springs that we were putting in there. The only thing I noticed is that this valve guide seal is brown, this valve guide seal is black. And it looks like that one's brown and that one's black, and that one's brown and that one's black, and that one's brown and that one's black. The only thing that the reason why I want to change these springs out is because I don't trust the fact that they threw 40 pounds of boost at this thing and it not have like overly over compressed them or wore them out to the point that, you know, they're not good anymore. But what I will say is the other head is perfectly fine. This head, unfortunately, did take some shrapnel. Wait, no, I'm wrong. So this head is completely fine. There's a little bit of surface rust on the valves. I mean, that's to be expected because they've been sitting. But that's funny. Look, it says 5.7 right here. Like these came on a 5.7 LS1. So they probably did. I don't even know. But this isn't the head that I wanted to show you guys. These heads are dirty. They need to be hot tanked. I mean, there's dirt and there's cobwebs and whatever in them. So I do need to get them cleaned up. But I do want to lap the heads, or lap the valves and the heads, get them seated really well, and then I want to switch all the springs over, put new valve guide seals in, which might be in the next video. But I want to show you guys. Let me move these real quick over here. Move this over here. Actually, I don't even have to take that off here. Let me just roll this one back out of the way. So I'll just roll this one over. Show you guys. Okay, so if you look here, the one thing that's really weird about this is they both have this notch, which is normal, but there's this one weird line right here that I don't know what it is. And then actually, after looking at the head really closely, I found damage. So right here, I'm pretty sure this is where the piston broke apart on this one, and it slammed up into it and tore it up here, which it's not going to affect the valve seats. And there's a little bit of damage right there and a little bit between them, but it's below the seating area. So, I mean, that's superficial. That's not going to hurt it. So, yeah, so what I plan on doing is I want to tear these apart. I want to pull the springs out, pull the valves out, relap the valves, clean them up a little bit, relap the valves, and then get the springs in it. Come on. Come on. There you go. Alright. And then, like I said, I did already do this on one of the heads. The one thing on this head right here, but the one thing I did learn is that you and I also have a magnetic tray for the keepers. But the one thing I learned is that when you compress it down, you want to put a rag underneath to keep the valve from pushing down, because when you compress the spring, the valve will try to push down with it, and you don't want that. So let me see something here. Here, hold on. All right. So basically you put this block here, this one goes like this piece goes here, you take this screw, goes here, and where's the other one? Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did you go? Where did you go? Screw. It was just here. Okay, so this is the game we're going to play today. Hide and go seek, huh? Because I know it was just here. I just used it. I know it's not under the head because the head's sitting flat. Seriously? It's not in there. What in the hell is going on here? Where the hell am I? This table? Oh, there it is. Ah. Haha, I found it. Okay, so make sure you got your rag underneath your valves right there. You can run these down by hand. Use your little impact. 13 mil. Run this down. You want to center this thing up. Run it down slowly. Oh, not centered there. Make sure your valves aren't going down with it, because that's surely what it seems like it's doing already. And the valves are opening. So, might end up needing to lube them up. It's good to have a magnet, but I don't really think I need a magnet. For some reason, when this thing tightens down, it tightens down the right side before the left. Not totally sure why. Or if you have a pick. Let's see. I got a pick over here. There we go. Here's a pick. For some reason the other one fell out, and this one is not pulling out of there like I wanted to. There. That one's loose. I don't know why this side isn't going down. There we go. There we go. out, pull that one out, and then slowly back it off. A little bit at a time. That. Pull these two loose, like so. Pull this guy out. And move it over to the next one. And do the next one. And there they are. And you can actually push these down and just pop them right out. But I am going to do this a little differently. So I'm going to pull these all out first. Start all your screws by hand. Oh, almost screwed up. That one. For some reason, it's weird how one will come out and then the other one just doesn't want to cooperate. See that? It's funny, the valve like popped up and boom, came right out. And if you don't feel comfortable with using an impact on it, I did do the first one by hand with a ratchet. It just takes a lot longer. It's only a downfall to it. And when you put it in and take it off, it's time. Over there, and move over to the next guy. And it's funny, this oil smells burnt to hell. I mean, granted they blew the motor up, but it sure seemed like they didn't maintenance that Camaro that this motor was in very well. My rag over. Oop. One of my keepers popped out and fell down on the rag. Fell through the head into the rag, I should say. Come on, you. Get out of there. There it is. There's one that fell. There we go. Right, just like that. There they are. The easiest way to pop these out is you just push them through. And what I plan on doing is lining them up right here in order. See, the reason why I want to do this, see the rust, that's why I want to relap the valves. Ooh, look at that guy. It's all surface rust though. Spider webs. Yeah, that one is pretty bad. Not so bad, but that one's a little bad, not bad. And do is I think I need to get some let me see. I'm curious. I want to see something. Let's see if this will do anything. Probably not, being that it's plastic. But you always hope, right? Nope. I don't want to gall these up because I might want to use them on another project. So, let's see what we got for tools for this. Let's see. We got an old glove and a pair of pliers. Let's see if we can grab these guys and get them off of here without destroying them. Nope, looks like it already got destroyed. These bad boys are on there. They're on there. Holy cow. Looks like my other project won't be using these. I'll get a different set because I just destroyed this one. Is I wonder how you get them all the way out. Let's see. Alright guys, so come to find out the brown and the black are stock. So what I did was I soaked them down with a little PV blaster liquid wrench, and the only way that I could figure out how to get these damn things off was I tried this. It's a door panel puller tool or interior puller tool. Try to pull up on it to no avail. So the only thing I figured is this. I grabbed them with vice grips, locked it down, it kind of ovals them. And then, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this with one hand, but you have to twist and pull up at the same time. And wiggle, and then boom. You destroy it in the process, but I mean, it is what it is. They're going to have to come off anyway, so we'll go ahead and rip the rest of these pieces of crap off of here, and then we'll keep going. So, just set up here. I don't think it's... Well, they are made of steel. Funny thing is, these things had oil on them too. There's still oil in them, and they would not come off. Like, they won't even turn. Some of these won't even turn. There we go. Once you get it to turn, then it'll come right off. And it's funny, would it be the exhaust valve? The exhaust valve is always easier to come off than the intake for some reason. Not sure why. Oh, this one's going to be a pain because there's hardly no room. Once I get it to move a little bit, there we go. Get it to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Come on. There we go. Alright. Gotta be careful. I don't want to knock these over or knock them out of order. So I know what goes where. And then you just go ahead and grab your bottom retainers, put them in order with which spring they came off with. I'm just being very anal about this for no reason. Stupid, but whatever. Now they're torn apart. I can actually look at, and see there's some rust here from the valve. So we'll go ahead and see, we got some rust shit here, and that's just from moisture sitting in them, from them sitting around a little bit there, nothing major. So go ahead and clean them up. Look at that pretty, look at that port job. They didn't hit the sides of the walls very well, and they got down in there pretty far, but they didn't use the really long ones. But they did a pretty good job porting these bad boys. Look pretty smooth. So I'll get some rags and brake clean. A little bit of scale on there, nothing major though. So mainly the part you want to clean up is going to be your mating surface, which is this little chrome ring right here. The same on the intake and the exhaust, on the exhaust side. So you want to go in and you want to clean all this up as best as possible. Here, 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 and here. So that's what I'm going to do now. Put that time lapse in there, boy. Time lapse that, boy. That guy's dead. We got more though. And you want to do the same thing to your valves. This edge right here, which is the mating surface, so how it sits down in there, that's where you want to clean up. You want to get as much debris and gunk and dirt off of that surface as possible. And this is a budget build. This is not going to be anything crazy. You know, I mean, I'm just doing the best I can with what I got. Yeah, the exhaust valves never have a really good, they don't look like they have a good seating on them. They never really do. Okay, see there's a little bit of rust on this edge of this one, and that's from it sitting in there. So hopefully when I lap them in, it'll help clean everything up and make it better. See, that surface rust came right off of that valve. The valve feels pretty good. Look at that one. Ooh, wee. Ooh, this is one that's pretty bad. Like water got in this one or something, or I'm not sure. We're gonna see what we could do with it though. And they're not bent. That's the one thing I was scared of, is that there's gonna be some bent push rods. Because if they don't come out of the head very easily, that means they're bent. These bad boys came out pretty easy, which is a good sign. Oh, look at that. Cleaned up pretty good. And I'm going to show you guys, there's another way to do these as well. I'm going to do it the way I was taught and the way you're supposed to do it. But there's another way to do it, and it is quite quicker. You just got to be extremely careful on how you go about doing it so you don't damage your valve, because you can actually damage the valve. And with that being said, most people know wow, that valve has like a crack all the way around on the top of it. Like from where it was like molded or something. Yeah, because this one has it too. Huh. But, okay. I'll address the elephant in the room. Basically, there are people that will take their valve like so, and they'll put their lapping compound on the edge and right here, and they will stick it through the head like so, and they will take a drill and they will lock it onto the chuck of the drill here, and they will spin it and pull back toward them like this as it's spinning, so that the compound is seating it. Does it work? Yes. Are you likely that you could damage your valve up here from grabbing it with the chuck end of a drill? Yes, you could, unless you put some sort of like paper or a piece of cloth or something on it to try to keep it from galling it, maybe. But I'm going to do this the right way, and the right way to do it is this. So you go to your local O'Reilly's and you go to aisle 3 and you get one of these valve lapper tools, right? And the big one has the standard for your freaking exhaust and intake, and it's almost like you're a Boy Scout, like you're gonna start a fire. The problem is these things sit so long that I don't even know if this thing's gonna stick to it. How this is supposed to work is you stick this to it like so. You put your lapping compound in that groove, and then you go like this. You spin, 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 spin. I don't think these things are going to work. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's not going to work. I'll tell you what the person told me that used that when I learned how to do this. A little bit goes a very long way. You don't need a whole lot of this stuff. And that's probably too much right there. Honestly. It just kind of squeezed out when I did that, when I opened it. But then you can feel it's gritty. How it's supposed to work is this is supposed to stick. This thing is supposed to stick to the valve, and you're supposed to spin it like this, and you get that grinding and crunching sound, and that is doing what it's supposed to do, which sure seems like this thing ain't gonna work. And it's not because of the mating surface, because it's clean. It's not a brand new valve, but look, it won't even. It won't stay stuck to it. Well, looks like I'll be getting $12 back for these because I'm taking these back. I'm not going to use these. We're going to go the drill route like everybody else because obviously this has been sitting on the shelf for quite some time to the point that that's so hard that the rubber won't even flex or contour to the curve of the valve for this to work properly. So I'm going to take this guy, put it back in here, and it's under my account, so I'll just take it back. I'm going to go grab the drill. We're going to get this cracking. Alright guys, so I got the drill, and what I did was cut a piece of the rag out here, and I stuck it over the end of the valve so that it wouldn't gall it, and I locked the drill down, put it on drill, and as you can hear, if you listen, the grinding sound is a lapping compound. So what you do is just spin it slowly and forward motion, and then you go backwards and forward and backwards until you have two really good mating surfaces, and all you really have to do to check it is you push in on it. You can look down in there and you can see how shiny it is or it isn't, and it'll be a shiny surface. But before we get to that, it is time for cracking. Miller time, baby. Miller time. Good stuff. Hey, let's read the instructions. Apply compound to the face of the valve and rotate lapping valve tool back and forth until the compound becomes smooth. Inspect the valve in the seat and repeat until desired mating surface results are obtained. Clean excessive compound from all parts before assembly. There are 4 grit sizes in one application of the valve grinding compound. Oh, really? So you mean to tell me that this one tube has 4 different grits? Let's read that again. Note, there are 4 grit sizes in one application of the valve grinding compound. 220, 180, 150, and 120. Starts as coarse as 120. Then grinds down to a fine 220 to thin the compound. Add a few drops of water. We don't need all that. But yeah, that's garbage. We don't need that where we're going. We don't need no stinking instructions. Ben don't use instructions. Ben use instructions later on after we can't figure something out. So pull back towards you a little bit. Spin it slowly. Go in reverse. And you could actually hear it. can actually hear it getting finer. It goes from a raw grinding, like when your backing plate on your brakes are against your rotor and it sounds like a grizzly bear. It goes from that to real quiet. Go backwards. I can see what we're looking like. Pretty good. Take it off. Pull the valve out. Wipe it off. Look down on your head. Yeah. Wipe that bad boy off. See how good we're looking. Slide that back down in there. Yeah, it's looking good. Looking good. My whole thing is I just want to make sure I don't gull the valve up. Thing about it too is when you pull back on it, you have to have even pressure. When you go forward and reverse, you want to pull back with even pressure. Oop. Came off. It's the only bad part about when you put cloth on it. It'll try to pull off of there. Oops. Didn't grab it properly. Now let's take another quick peek at it. I'll give you guys a close-up of it this time. Pull your valve out. Wipe off your compound. Actually hit it with some brake parts cleaner. Should see this nice shiny ridge like that. So like this. nice and clean like that. Now I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna set you guys up right here. If you'll stand. I'm gonna clean this one. Let's see how clean this thing looks. The intake should have a really good seating surface, and it might take longer on your exhaust because of the fact that all the combustion and all that shit that goes out of it. The funny thing is it has a really smooth edge, but it doesn't seem like it's cut very well. It's being that it's not shiny. But the thing is, when you put it back down in the head, the seat is just flawless. So I think I'm going to call that a win. So yeah, guys, that's what I'm going to be doing for like the next hour. I'm going to lap in all these heads, and then I'm going to lap in all these new valves, and then I'm going to go ahead. Oh, dead bug on my glasses. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clean these things up more, lap in all the valves on both sets of heads, and then, oh no, I might call it a day. Worked 8 hours today and tired, and I still got a bunch more to do. So yeah, that's what we're doing, lapping the valves on Spaceghost 5.3 nitrous built engine. So on our 853 ported, I guess 5.7 heads that are going on the 5.3. So yeah, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. Remember, we do have wristbands for sale. Third Gen Junkies wristbands. Just hit me up. CameramanChris79@gmail.com. I have not heard from my t-shirt guy yet about the t-shirts. I have the designs done. They're finalized, but I have not heard from him. I've reached out a couple of times. I do need to call him direct, find out what's going on with the merch. But yeah, and I still got promo cards for sale. Remember, Christmas is coming up soon, so hit me up, and we'll see you on the next one, guys.